You never know what you might find while thrifting.
Thrifting? Why would I go thrifting if I could shop at a department store?
Well, why would you spend the extra money at a department store when you can help the environment by thrifting?
My name is John Bartlett, and I'm the director of the fashion program here at Marist. When I was 16, the first thing that I did when I got my driver's license was I drove to the Salvation Army. And it was such a revelation to me because up until then, I was buying clothes at big box stores or department stores. I was getting the clothing that everybody else was also buying and or wearing. And at 16, I was really starting to find my own sense of style, my own sense of my identity, and my authenticity. And so when I went to the thrift store, I was able to really cultivate a new sort of identity for myself that was different from everybody else. And that was really profound and very important. When I was 16, there was a certain type of clothing that was in the thrift store. A lot of it was from the 60s, 70s, and now I'm sure it's from the 90s or early 2000s. And again, I think that thrift stores are this wonderful sort of capsule that really helps us to define different eras or periods of style and clothing.
Thrifting helps to keep clothes out of landfills. While there might be a lot more thrift or secondhand stores in a city, some smaller areas have the best hidden gems. You just have to look for them. We took a trip to Blackbird Attic in Beacon, New York to see what they were up to.
I'm Mick Birch. I work at Blackbird Attic. I'm a shop assistant. For me, thrifting was really about like the little treasure hunt and like you never know what you're gonna find. For me, that's really the biggest thing because there's a lot of hidden gems that you find when you do commit to looking for unique items.
Second to oil, the clothing and textile industry is the second largest polluter in the world. Merriam-Webster defines fast fashion as an approach to the design, creation, and marketing of clothing fashions that emphasizes making fashion trends quickly and cheaply available to consumers.
We have created in the fashion world so much pollution, so much extra everything. And what has been very concerning is that the consumer just keeps buying and buying and buying. And there are a lot of companies that are fast fashion brands that overproduce. And a lot of those brands will either burn the clothes at the end of the season or they will end up in a landfill. So there's so much concern now about what to do with this extra product. And so I really always recommend to anybody that will listen to me to recycle your clothing, to donate it. But we are dealing with a huge global issue with regards to having way too much clothing just circling the globe, and I think that there's a lot that we can do about it.
84% of clothes in the US end up in landfills and pollute rivers and streams.
In my opinion, the biggest threat of fast fashion to the environment for me, I think would be just the idea that these clothes are ending up in landfills. And I think it's more the mentality of the consumer. We look at people who are influencers and they're buying clothes in a fast fashion store and they're photographing themselves and they may never wear that clothing again, they may just wear it once. And so when I think about fast fashion, I think that there's this danger, of course, that somebody's gonna buy something and just wear it once and then discard it. So a lot of the onus is really on the consumer. The fast fashion people are basically providing a service. So they are creating the supply, but the demand, I think, comes first.
Thrifting is better than fast fashion because it is less harmful to the environment and can be significantly cheaper. Thrifting can help to give back to the community and help you to find some unexpected joy.
But as far as fast fashion, I feel like it's been really detrimental to the world as a whole, just because there's so many clothes that already exist that we wouldn't need to make new ones. But with all of the trends and everything that's going on, it's really not the best thing for the planet. So I'm not a huge fan of fast fashion.
The volume of clothing Americans throw away each year has doubled in the last 20 years, from 7 million to 14 million tons, according to the EPA.
But I do think that it's a conundrum for the fashion industry, because the fashion industry, and like many industries, thrives on newness. And every season it's something new. So I think there's this idea of micro trends, and the idea that there's these trends that continue to happen, and maybe for a month they will be happening, and again you'll see it on social media, and there'll be this big explosion, and everybody will try to mimic that look, or they'll try to buy into that look, and then that trend will move on. And so there is something very dangerous about that. I mean, I think that as individuals we all continue to evolve, and I do think that fashion and style are wonderful ways for us to express ourselves. And it's just, I think, the nature of the human being to continue to kind of want to change their look and to want to communicate about who they are through their clothing. So it's a little bit dangerous. Again, trends happen very fast because of social media. People are moving on one from the other very, very fast. And with regards to beauty and to makeup and trends like that, and that influencers would have a particular beauty regime or a certain product that they're promoting, and then the next month they'll be on to something else. So what happens to those products that they were promoting a month ago? And it's dangerous.
20,000 liters is the amount of water needed to produce 1 kilogram of cotton, equivalent to a single t-shirt and pair of jeans.
For me, and especially in the world of fashion, I think about sustainability with regards to, again, what are the materials that are being made? What are the materials that are being used to make this garment? For example, I like to wear a lot of cotton, but now I'm really looking for either recycled cotton or organic cotton, because the more I learn and read about cotton, it's not so great for the environment. There's a lot of different considerations with regard to sustainability. And I think that for me, I look at it mostly through the materials and what kind of stress is that material bringing to the workers, to the environment, etc.
Every piece of clothing that you purchase and wear has gone through a complex manufacturing process that uses electricity, water, and emits greenhouse gases. Whether you know it or not, you take part in the impact the clothing industry has on the environment. You decide the life cycle of the clothes hanging in your closet.